Thank you for tuning into today's show. Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays to all of our viewers out there, mostly in Minnesota. But yes, we have a few people sending us notes from all over the U.S. now. Fun to see the subtle growth outside the Iron Curtain of Minnesota. We love it. Today we have Matt Happala from General Sports joining us to talk about what is new at the store and a great giveaway that YHH, General Sports, and Bauer are doing this holiday season. Matt is a great resource for the show. He knows his equipment really well, especially the skates and skate fitting. Matt is also helping our Great Plains team this year get custom wheat-colored gloves, helmets, and breezer covers. Yes, you heard it right. Uniforms at the show will not be U.S. and Canada themed. We will have our choice of our own uniforms. Our uniform will be wild themed, but with a bit of old school meets new school. Stay tuned. Okay, let's get to the rink where a ton of great action has taken place since we were last live on the air. Last weekend, we saw a bunch of great games, including Benilde beating Eden Prairie 6-5 on a pretty goal by Zach Ristow to lead the Red Knights to the win over the Eden Prairie Eagles, then at number 1 in overtime. Lakeville North beat Grand Rapids in overtime as well. Blake Brandt got his first varsity goal to lead the Panthers to the W. Mound West Tonka Pee Wee A beat Mounds View Irondale 1-0 to win the Wolfpack Invite in Cottage Grove Sunday, a big goal by Bo Cornea. That is 2 number 1s that fell. It's okay. The rest of the world is safe. OMG is still dominating Squirt A and Pee Wee AA field. Andover continues to rock in both U10 and U12A. And yes, Duluth East continues to have unexpected early season losses in high school. We're joined today with Matt Happala from General Sports, the genius behind all of great skate fitting at your store, also the general manager of both stores at General Sports. Let's talk a little bit about skate fitting, the importance of that, and why it's important for the skate to be fitted just perfectly right.
Sure. Well, it's my opinion that the skate is the most important piece of equipment in your bag, and the reason is it can dictate how you skate on the ice. If you can't skate, you can't play this game at a very high level. And the skate has the ability, if it's fitted improperly, to cause performance issues and comfort issues. We've had a lot of people come in over the years with really ugly feet. Big blisters and heel spurs, and all of that is caused by having improperly fitted skates.
My favorite part you always say is it has to be part of your body and not a piece of equipment that's tied to your foot. Talk a little bit about that too.
The most efficient skate we could ever come up with would be a skate where we attach the blade directly to your foot. Obviously that's not going to happen, so if we're going to try to fit you in a pair of skates, we have to have that skate feel and fit as close to your foot as possible to get the most performance and durability out of it.
All right, you're a Squirt C coach for Jefferson. We'll talk about that a little bit later. I bet when you go out and you coach District 6 or anywhere at Squirt C's, you're seeing all kinds of bad-looking feet out there. Dads are just throwing pairs of skates. Mom are throwing bad pairs of skates on. Talk a little bit about that, why it's so inefficient for a kid to have a poorly performing skate.
Well, I mean, you're balancing all of your weight down to 3 millimeters of steel underneath your foot, and it's already hard enough to edge on that steel. But if your foot's sliding around on top of that steel, it's going to make it very difficult for you to edge, turn, corner, accelerate properly. And I do see a lot of it, especially at our age. It seems like parents are really after trying to get 2 years or 3 years out of a pair of skates. And I get that because it is an expensive sport. We want to try to save some money. But if you do that, if you operate that way and get them skates that are too big, their first year and a half that they're wearing those skates, they're going to struggle. They're going to be fighting their equipment. And I really want to make sure that all of our guys, and especially in Bloomington, know that skate fitting is incredibly important. We want to make sure that your skates fit snug and tight to your feet.
All right, so talk about the flip side of that, where you probably have parents come in, you're based in Edina, we have probably parents come in where they'll throw any amount of money at it possibly can. Mm-hmm. And you and I have talked off camera. That's not necessarily important either. You don't have the best skate, you just have to have the right fit. Talk a little bit about that too.
You don't have to go out and spend $500 or $700 or $800 on a pair of skates to get them fitted properly. What you do need to do is make sure you're working with somebody who knows the product, who knows what they're talking about. Majority of our employees at General Sports have been doing it for a long time, so these guys are qualified to make sure that you're in the right fit for you. But definitely, there's a lot of different skate cuts out there. CCM is a pretty unique skate cut compared to a Bauer, as compared to an Easton. And if you don't, there's a lot of product out there. If you don't have somebody guiding you through that process, and sometimes that can take over half an hour to an hour. It's not something you can walk in, grab a skate off the shelf, put it on, say, how's that feel? Great, out you go. If you do that, you're going to end up with a bad skate fit. And it can hinder your performance.
So let's talk a little bit about a new thing that you guys are doing at the store is instead of just like the skate fitting, but you can schedule a skate fitting online, but you can also schedule a stick fitting as well. Talk a little bit about that.
Correct. Yeah, just recently we added a link to our website right in the middle of our homepage at generalsportsmn.com. It's an appointment scheduling service where if you want to work with one of our professional skate fitters, you can book an appointment, check it against your schedule, make sure that it's going to work, and then book an appointment. It sends an email to our skate fitters, lets them know you're coming. We can kind of go back and forth before you get there, kind of get any problems or issues you're having out in the open so we know what we're dealing with once you get there. We recently just applied that to sticks too. It's the #1 category in my store for people that are buying incorrectly. It seems like people are coming in and buying a 75 flex stick for a kid that's 110 pounds.
That's not going to work.
The kid can't flex the stick, and at that point you might as well just go buy a wood stick, because the performance benefits you get out of the stick are very directly related to how that stick is fitted too. The general rule of thumb is your body weight should be about double of the flex of your stick. And until you've gone and tried a few sticks, it can be really difficult to find the right flex, find the right curve, find the right brand of stick. So recently we've come up with an appointment scheduling service where you can schedule a half-an-hour stick demo. It's free to use, it's no cost to you. Take 3-4 sticks off the rack, we'll tape them up, we'll bring them right down to the South Arena
cool.
at Braemore Ice Arena, take them and shoot for half an hour. We get the iPad out and we'll kind of analyze their shot, and a lot of times it ends up being a bit of a stick shooting lesson, where we teach them, the proper hand techniques and whatnot to shoot, but it also helps them get into the right stick. At $200 a stick, it can be pretty disconcerting to make a mistake and have your kid hate the stick that you just bought.
So I'd say we'll talk about it a little bit more. Of the benefit is to you guys, because you can staff your store properly for the other customers, and you can also it's a benefit to them so they don't come there. It's happened to me where we come in and we have to wait a half an hour, 20 minutes because there's just not enough staff there applied. So it's going to be a win-win for you guys to have that both. Mm-hmm. Speaking of wins, we'll talk a little bit about later in the show. Bauer, in concert with YHH and General Sports, are going to do a giveaway.
Correct.
A head-to-toe equipment giveaway. Tune in after Matt and I go to the teleprompter. We're going to give away one full set of equipment, up to about $2,000 worth of equipment, to one needy family out there that we determine through an email survey. Mm-hmm. Let's talk. Go to the teleprompter. Invites went out this week for Now Prospects Combine. Players from Minnesota, Wisconsin, and Illinois were invited. Our waiting list is filling up fast with some really nice players. Our AAA state tournament next summer is also filling up. Our 03 and 04 fields are nearly full. We still have a few invites out to 05 and 06 teams. At the completion of the YHH AAA state tournament, we will name our all-state team for AAA hockey. Send an email to youthhockeyhub@gmail.com if you're interested in putting your 05 or 06 team into this field.
Now it's time for our featured Now prospects. Our 2017 Now prospect is Nolan Sullivan from Eden Prairie, who had a hat trick Friday in their 6-5 overtime loss. Sully leads the high-powered Eagles in scoring so far this year. 2018 Now prospect Todd Scott was named to the USA Hockey Junior Olympic team that will travel to Norway in February. Todd, from Albertville, Minnesota, who was also a General Sports customer, by the way, was the only 2000 birth year player from the state to be chosen for the team. Good luck. 2019 prospect Darian Goetz was a standout this weekend for Hermantown's Bantam AA team as the unranked Hawks beat Edina on Saturday. Darian has great hockey sense and an even better shot.
Nice work. Nice little ad-lib there on Todd Scott. I gotta like that. All right, so let's talk about the giveaway. We talked about it just a couple seconds ago. We're going to give away helmet, shoulder pads, gloves, elbow pads, breezers, shin pads, and skates, all custom fit for a player. Correct. And we're going to determine with an email to youthhockeyhub@gmail.com the most needy person. So if you had come on some hard times and think your player deserves this, send us a note. If you know of somebody who's come on some hard times, send us a note at youthhockeyhub@gmail.com. Matt and I will read through these lists of people. We'll pick a winner, and we'll also announce this via Twitter. And if we determine that it's the right person to share, we'll also share that story on Twitter. If it determines it should be anonymous, it will also be anonymous. But we will give away a full set of equipment Bauer equipment. This is top of the line stuff. Talk a little bit more about what's going to happen once this player wins this this prize.
Well, during this Christmas season, we really wanted to give back to our community that we're serving right now, and I thought this would be a great way. Bauer Hockey was generous enough to donate some money to our cause, so we're going to use this money to give back to somebody. I think everybody in any team could point a finger and select one person, even on every team. I think there's one kid that you know that could really benefit from a full set of gear, properly fitted, safe as far as helmet is concerned. We got the right stick in their hands, the right skates. I want to make sure that because of how expensive this sport is and how troubling the times can be economically for a lot of these families, I want to make sure that cost isn't a barrier for some deserving kid to go out there and have a good experience on the ice.
Well, it's going to be cool, I think, because it could be someone from East Grand Forks or Harmon Sound or St. Cloud, or doesn't really matter where they're from. We want to take a good story and put a kid in some good equipment. So I think it's time. Speaking of equipment, let's hand out some pucks now. Cool. Your turn to hand out a game puck.
My game puck this week is going to go to number 12 of the Bloomington Jefferson Squirt C White team. His name is Clayton Larson. He's a second-year player. He's got just a wonderful attitude and really good work ethic. He's been working his butt off to try to get up to speed with some of his peers. Like I said, he's a second-year player playing on a team with kids that have been playing for 5-6 years already. And he's come a long way. I've been really proud of this guy. Scored a big goal for us last night against Burnsville in our 6-2 victory last night. Gave us a great fist pump after he scored too. Tons of passion in this kid. You know he's a junkie. He's a hockey junkie, and it bit him. It only took 2 years to really sink into his blood. So really proud of that kid, and good job, Clay.
Love stories like that, and I love hockey junkies. We need more junkies,
sure.
Right? We always need more junkies. All right, my game puck goes out to another junkie. His name is Greg Tinty. He's our live stream producer. Last Friday night, he put on an awesome presentation and production for Benilde St. Margaret's versus Eden Prairie. We live streamed that game, number 1 versus number 2. It was great to be right in the heart of that community last Friday. We had about every high school team came to watch those 1 and 2s play, and we were right there broadcasting the game, taking pictures. It was great, and we couldn't have done it without Greg. So great game puck goes out to Greg Tinty. Thanks for being here today, Matt. It was great having you, informing our fans about the importance of stick fitting and equipment fitting. And I'm really happy and looking forward to this giveaway that we're going to do. Look forward to seeing everyone around the rink. Have a nice day.